my folks, bienvenido a Un Poquito de Todo. Very excited to be here today. Okay, let's just be real, all right?
Oh, no.
So, estábamos grabando. We all need to know how shit works here, okay? Estábamos grabando. We don't have anything written, nada. Everything's whatever sale de la mente, del corazón. And my wonderful videographer over here, my photographer, no tenía ni el sonido puesto.
Womp, womp.
Oh my God, lo voy a ahorcar. So everything that I said, which I was very passionate about, I don't know si me va a salir igual.
It will, it will.
Anyways, but that is what happens behind the scenes. I mean, it's not always perfect, I guess.
It's life.
It's life, ¿verdad? Pero, Alex, is it recording now? Okay.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Bueno, okay. Let me get back to my,
got this.
Lo voy a repetir, o lo voy a decir mejor than the last one.
Yes.
First and foremost, quería otra vez decir that aquí estamos yo y Yvette for our buyers and our sellers, and I'm saying this because of the intro, right? Buyers and sellers, para ayudarles to put you guys in the best programs out there and help you as if you guys were family members,
Correct.
right?
Yes.
Because we want this to be a long relationship.
Yes.
So, comprador, vendedor, aquí estamos, somos como el doctor, la terapista y todo eso, ayudarles no nomás en el proceso, sino también después del proceso. Estamos realmente aquí para ayudar al comprador for all homeownership, and we are truly, I mean, that's something, we've been doing this for a long time, so we are the advocates. We are here to try to connect with the people, I think, that might help us get you guys better programs, para ayudarles para asistencia de ayuda y dependiendo de su situación. Estamos parte de una organización. Oh my God, me estoy recordando todo.
Sí, a ver, ya te dije.
Estamos parte de una organización que se llama NARP. ¿Cómo? Dame los
National Association of Real Estate. No, wait.
National Association Hispanic Realtors of Professionals. Bueno.
National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals.
There you go. Lo sabemos. Sí lo sabemos. Pero, and they are a true, well, so they say, an organization for homeownership advocacy. They advocate for the homeowner and stuff. I think to some certain extent. So, yo fui a DC. I did go to DC a couple weeks ago for Homeowners Wealth. And I wanted to touch a little bit about that, what my thoughts and what I think about these organizations. I am a true believer that it really starts from our chapters, and I quickly realized that when I was there. So we have started a Contra Costa chapter, and it's been approved already, and hopefully we'll get that moving really quickly and stuff. But I went to the DC and. I mean, I met people that I needed to meet and connected with people that I think have the same vision that I have. Quickly, I realized cuando estaba allí that a lot of it was very cliquey. Okay? And even, no voy a mencionar nombres ni títulos ni nada because I don't want to offend anyone and stuff. Pero I felt that a lot of them care more about, I think, the title and really their own story, which we all have a story.
Correct.
¿Verdad?
Yeah.
Todos tenemos una historia, but more about, but not really
for the cause. Mm-hmm. The cause, yeah. Yeah, they're there for different reasons.
Correct. And it's okay. Our purpose, it's lo que tenemos que hacer, our purpose for it's we have our own purpose and our own journey and stuff. But I'm like, well, are they really here to advocate for the homeowner,
right.
And that's
for the
something
Hispanic homeowner.
For the Hispanic homeowner. Am I recording? Okie dokie. Anyway, so that I don't know. So now I came back and I did. It's funny, but when I came back and people knew that I was in DC, I did get a few people, which I was a little surprised, not questioning the organization. Have you ever gotten that?
What do you mean?
Well, people that have gone or, and another thing, there was a lot of lenders there, more than realtors, I think.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So that's just to show you, okay, are they really there to advocate for, or are they there for business? You know what I'm saying? Because all of it syncs together. But I've had a couple people come up to me that have gone to these events and they're like, you know what, Liz, it doesn't bring any value to me. Have you heard anyone tell you any
I mean, I'm a lender, so obviously I have a different perspective on it, and I can see why lenders would want to be associated with it because we have access to Hispanic real estate agents, and that's kind of what we want to align ourselves with, and we have to work together to further the cause. So I could see that, but I can also see from your perspective, how is it being in a room full of other realtors? How does that?
Yeah,
it's education at the end of the day, right?
Well, it is education. It is, and I was very. I went to some of these events, some of the little breakout rooms and stuff, and some of them really like they were powerful. And yes, I'm like, you know what, this is where I need to be with these people that are at this level that understand all that. What the cause is at the end of the day. Okay, so let me tell you why I feel the way I feel. So this chapter, and you and I have had these conversations. So this chapter that we're starting, I want it to really be about a true collaboration.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, and I want it not to be feeling where we're competitive, and I want whoever wants to join or be part of this, I want it again, and I want all of you guys to be successful as realtors and lenders, because if we really unite and really are successful, I think all of us will be successful. Okay?
100%. That's my motto as a lender, and we have the most competition, especially in an organization. There's other lenders. We have to work together.
We do, but I don't think that's what I saw there. Okay, and I don't think we really have truly top agents selling. You know what I'm saying? Really, anybody could say que están vendiendo, right. And everybody's volume or units or what you think it's busy obviously is different. Pero alguien que está vendiendo 10 homes, 12 homes a year, you're not busy. You're not busy. That's not fucking being busy. I'm sorry.
That's a part-time gig. It's not a bad
I
part-time
understand
gig.
that, you know, so we need to do more.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is this organization, I think in this chapter, I now understand why they want top agents and top lenders to be involved, because we bring more value.
We make a difference.
We do make a difference.
Yes, we're the ones out in the field. We're the ones seeing the community and what is needed in the community, because we're doing it. We're out there.
Yeah. And I think that's what we need, these agents, that if you really want to be part of this and you're not doing what you say you're going to do, or you're not fulfilling your goals and stuff, maybe this is an organization like, hey, let me learn from these people, but truly let's set goals so we could all like, hey, how can I help you? How can you help me? And let's all work, because at the end of the day, guess what? It's not really about like cuántos sales voy a vender. It's about how many homeowners, how many buyers are we going to get into a home? Latino home buyers. Of course, not to discriminate anybody else, I mean, but the organization is Latino. Homeownership's for everyone. I think everyone that's capable and could, they should own.
Correct.
But I think that what are we going to do truly as a community to help these homeowners and really multiply our numbers? Yes, for our benefit, because it's going to be business for us, but to help another family. And then guess what? That's what's really, now truly, we're all going to collaborate and be.
100%.
Yeah. I don't see that though.
Yeah.
Do you feel that there's something missing, or is it just, I don't freaking see it? They had this organization before, and for whatever reason, se quebró and stuff. And the people that were on there, they weren't like the top agents. They weren't doing, and I think they were more focused on a political level than really truly like, hey, you know what? Screw everything, because siempre va a haber política. Right?
Yeah.
But where do you think it's the disconnect? Where do you think it? I want to bring as many agents, even if they're like low volume agents, low unit agents, and let's bring them where we really help them grow, so this organization makes sense for us. I mean,
well, it's a unique way to be, and I think that's why you and I click so much, because I think we're very similar the way we think. And I think in the Latin culture, we're competitive by nature, right? That's just part of our culture. And right now times are tough. Agents are not doing what they're normally used to. Some lenders are not closing what they're used to. So they're fighting harder for what they can get, right? And so sometimes they feel intimidated that maybe, if
somebody's more aggressive than you?
Yes, because people are used to kind of just having business land in their lap, right? I mean, at COVID, it was just raining deals, right? And now we're having to actually work.
Okay, but more times than not, you have to have some sort of drive or hustle. I mean,
of course,
because I understand that stuff might land on your lap. That's fine. But can you imagine if you put a little bit of hustle into that, or a little bit more work?
Or if you collabed and actually opened up your network to open up yourself, it will bring you more business.
Correct.
I mean, I talk to lenders all the time that are competitors, and we roundtable and we go back and forth, and sometimes we have to even, pass deals around. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, we're serving the client, right? You said something really, really powerful in your Instagram post. Stop chasing the money.
Yeah.
Know your worth. We're here to serve the underserved. If we're talking about NAREP, we're here to serve the underserved, which is the Latino community. We're here to make sure that they have the tools and the resources to be successful.
Correct.
It's not about us.
Yeah, but we make it about us. Mm-hmm. We make it about us.
That's very, yes. And that's part of the industry, I think, too, with the competitive nature of it.
Yeah. So that's where I feel that we need to really, really collaborate. And that's the thing. Yes, I'm my biggest competitor is me. I mean, I
love that.
Yeah. And I want everybody to know, I can't. Yes, you do see, oh my God, this person does, and it's never what it seems. It's always maybe, they like exageran or something.
I caught a fish this big.
Yeah, right? Y está así chiquitito. But truly, I think, but I stay in my own lane. I really do, because I'm so focused. I understand what I want to do. I understand where I want to get. And at the end of the day, I really, truly understand what the purpose of what I do, like what I do. And because I do that, and I hustle, I work. Mm-hmm. I've been doing this for a long time, and I still work and hustle like if it's my first year in the business. And that's what continues for me to be busy. Because shit could go up and down.
And also time is money. So our resources are very valuable. So when you do attend events that you feel are not beneficial, it's almost like, oh my gosh, we're wasting money, right?
Yeah.
Time is money. So we have to be intentional.
Oh yeah, and that's when I went to this event. I'm like, I gotta meet this person who I know that sees and feels what I feel and see, so we can take our business and real true home ownership to the next level. And that's I think what we just need to stop being so competitive and competitive and with each other. You know what? I have agents out there that because eventually, let me tell you something. No matter how busy you are, what you're doing, or whatever it may be, if you do not, and if you do not collaborate, you will plateau.
Absolutely.
You will plateau, and that's a given. Mm-hmm. So you won't grow anymore.
No.
There's no way. If you know already we could do this much, and then you team up, or you have other people that are helping you, and you're collaborating, you will grow. That's a given.
Yes.
And people don't understand. I have a particular agent who has, I think, plateaued this, and he's questioning, not naming names, but he won't collaborate with others because he's so afraid of, me van a quitar lo mío. But it's never really yours, because that client can go anywhere. So let's just, anyways, and then with all the change that's happening, but let's really connect and collaborate and help each other. And hopefully, if you guys hear us, we talk about it a lot. It's gonna help us all in the long run.
Yeah.
I mean, eventually, some of us are going to retire, and we're going to pass on whatever we have to the next person, so they can keep growing and stuff. So I think that's the best thing. And you said earlier how some agents, it was just easy for them. Okay, so with all this new change happening, and I don't even know if it's change.
Let's talk about it.
Okay. Yes. I don't even know it's changed. So it's funny how things in real estate and lending, all that, there's always changes.
We went through the worst. Talk about lenders. I feel for you guys, but we went through this, and so I get it.
Yeah. So there's always change, and in this world, if you don't adapt and if you don't go with the change, then you're gonna have to go find a job.
There's always change. Nothing lasts forever.
And it doesn't. But you have to go with it. So with this whole NAR thing, que ya me tiene hasta el copete, because it's like that's all they freaking talk about.
Yeah.
And you really need to read. Nothing's changed. You will get paid. And if you know, because I will continue to post, if you know your worth, honestly, if you know your worth, then why are you worried? Why are you worried? We shouldn't be worried. If you know what you bring to the table and then you should not be worried. And that's what's happening. Yes, people, there's listing agents out there. Cada quien está poniendo lo que le da la gana. Oh my God, buyers agents. That's why I only represent sellers. No, you need buyers. You need freaking buyers. We all are listings and buyer agents. So at the end of the day, this is a time really where we all need to work together and really understand what's going on.
The collaboration, this is where it all...
Yeah, because if you're not listing agent out there, if you think that it's all about your house is going to sit on that market for a very long time because other agents that do understand what's happening, se las van a vender to somebody else. So wake up, okay? Wake up. But do know your worth, and I mean you'll be successful. And I do believe that do not chase the money.
Right.
Do not chase the money.
Do what's best for your clients.
Yeah, and it'll come. I promise you it will. I want to even say that. So this whole NAR thing, what's happening is whatever. I'm not gonna go into detail about the greedy and the needy. There was a lawsuit. Se ganaron. They settled. Whatever it may be. So what's happening now, and you didn't understand it. What's happening? No, commissions aren't going away. None of that stuff. But now the seller is going to be more aware of what's going on, who's getting paid. Okay. So listing agents normally, when we used to go to our presentations and take the listings, the broker of that company, whoever our license is hung with, controls and owns that listing. You go in, you take the listing, you are negotiating on behalf of yourself and the behalf of the buyer. Okay, so you are and we're gonna say 5%, whatever you negotiate. So when you go in and you say, okay, seller, this is your net, 5% is what we're gonna, half goes to this brokerage and the other half we're gonna pay to this other brokerage.
Right.
Well, that wasn't happening. Okay, I mean, and they were negotiating the commission, but a lot of the times these listing agents, because I've seen it, will put on the MLS, and that's the biggest thing. They would put on the they probably negotiated 6% for all we know. You won't know till the end, 6%. But yet on the MLS, it shows they're going to pay only 2% or 1% or 1.5%.
Right.
The seller doesn't give two shits at this point because you've already told them what you were going to charge them.
Right.
They already signed the listing agreement.
Right.
The ABC brokerage owns it now, so they're going to go ahead and disperse it however it wants. And that's a no. I think that's horrible. But anyway, so that was happening. It happens a lot. There's a lot of greedy agents out there. They want it all, but that could be your only freaking deal that you're going to make 4%, 5% and pay this poor agent. Now, there's agents out there as buyer agents, which also sucks. And this is why I think this is a good change. Okay. There's agents out there that if they see two homes on the MLS and one is paying, I'm just giving out numbers, one is saying 1% and the other one is paying 2%, they won't show the 1%.
That is so unethical. And can I tell you something? As a builder preferred lender, that is the most common thing I see. I've had agents tell us, I will never bring a buyer to you. I refuse to show these houses. Why?
Because they pay very little.
That's so unethical to me. How can that be legal?
Yeah. Well, so that's the thing. So I mean, you got to read the whole thing. But anyways, that's that's a little bit the gist of it. But that it does happen. I'm just telling you, it does happen.
It pisses me off to no end because your client is depending on you to be an ethical representation.
Absolutely. And to do the right thing.
Yes. And they're going to say, oh no, because I don't get paid, I'm not going to show you these houses. That's steering to me.
Oh, 100%. 100%. But that's, so MLS kind of had
So it was like a roadmap of like where I should take my clients and not.
Pretty much. And MLS was, it's kind of like a contract because when you were part of this, NAR thing.
So now it won't be on there.
So now it won't.
So you don't know what you're getting when you're showing.
No. So now is seller's still gonna pay, and there's no way. And I think it's the way a listing agent presents or goes in and takes over the listing.
It's a very valuable service.
Absolutely, and they understand that. So that's not what that says. But now instead of the seller paying just to the brokerage and then brokerage divides it, seller will be paying now. So there's just going to be one step. Seller will be paying to the listing agent, and seller will be paying now to the buyer's agent. So now more than ever, we should buyers agents should have a signed exclusivity for sure for you and your buyer and stuff
to protect.
But now when you're submitting the offer, now you're asking like, okay, this is what we want to get paid or so whatever it may be.
Clear.
Yeah. And it's only on MLS, people. So the listing agent should have already negotiated, and they should, because they should educate and prepare their sellers. They could go ahead and promote the commission amount that they're going to pay on their website. They could do it on social media.
Just not on the MLS.
It's just not on the MLS. Okay. So it's not that big of a deal.
Right.
It's not. Now, yes, can you go and show a property without knowing what that seller in their mind thinks they're going to pay, or the listing agent maybe I don't want to say, I was going to say a really bad word, but I don't want to say a lazy listing agent didn't negotiate for you or didn't prep the seller. You might go in on the listing or show a home that they're only going to pay 1%. But nothing's changes. So that's why I always say, know your worth. Know what you bring to the table, and not so much for the seller as a buyer's agent. If your buyer knows that you've really worked for them and you're making it happen for them, they're okay if they have to pay a little bit. If you want more, if the seller only wants to pay you 1% and you want that extra 1%. Now here's where it comes, where you need to negotiate with your buyer. That's the difference. So it's the chasing the money. It's the greedy agent. It really is. We do a lot for our buyers. Not all of us do a lot for our buyers.
Correct.
So some of us do not deserve to get paid anything, to be honest with you. Okay. So it's only scaring the weak.
So
it's only scaring the weak.
Question: if say there is a listing that only pays 1%, can you put in an offer to ask for 2% or 3%?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. No. So now you're negotiating on your behalf. Now the list. Now hopefully the listing agent doesn't steer away, but most likely if we all stick together, most buyers agents are probably going to go ahead and ask for the same
word.
Yeah.
If we stick together.
And I think this is one thing, I'm gonna be honest with you, that everybody will, because it's messing with your money. When it messes with your pockets, you all of a sudden
the outrage
is like, oh my God, yeah,
The outrage.
Yeah. And that's all that's happening. It's more hype than what it is. Yes, it's a change. And who knows what's gonna happen in July? I don't know. We don't know. But I'm not concerned. I used to work and again, I'm not new homes. And at the end of the day, they only paid me peanuts compared to what we get paid now. I think I was making like maybe $2,500 per transaction at the time and stuff. So $2,500, you hear that? And I say this story all the time. $2,500 per deal as a realtor. Okay, but I genuinely loved what I did.
And you were a top producer.
I did. I loved it. And I went into those rooms, into those offices, into those grand openings.
Yes.
And I gave it my 100%.
Yes. It was like they were paying you $20,000.
Yes. Because I loved it. Yeah. And guess what? The client in front of me, when we were talking and negotiating, they saw how much, and I fought for them. Yes. There was times that I was fighting with the president of the company because I would truly advocate for these buyers. Why aren't you taking this offer? It's a good offer.
Yeah.
Like,
and look where you are now, though. Yeah. I mean, that's the skills that you learned from there, and the reputation that you have amongst the community is why you're here.
Yeah, and that's what I truly, I mean, with the bottom of my heart, I don't chase the money.
No,
ever.
I don't either.
Do we like money? Yeah. Do I want to make a lot of money?
We need it to survive.
Yes. But I understand how to get from point A to point B. I understand what I need to do in between to get to where I want to get to. So that means I have to work hard. I don't mind working.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's the difference. I do not mind working.
You're not scared of it.
I'm not. And when you love it, when you love to do what you do, it's not a job. And I know it's all cliche because people say that.
No, it's true.
But it's true. You really, really don't. I still, 20 plus years later, I have the same like passion and that I did when I first started. Even more, I think. So, but I've never chased the money, and we need to stop doing that.
And clients can feel that and recognize that. Yeah. And especially now when it's so competitive, there's a lot of trust that has to happen, especially with the Latino community. We have to trust each other. And they have to feel that you're doing it for the right reasons. And it's very apparent when someone's just greedy and just is doing it for the money. They don't care.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I mean, we see it all the time.
All the time. I've worked pro bono. I mean, I honestly, there's been times where the thing that I tell my agents all the time is when the deal is in contract, when we are ready in, whatever it takes, let's just close the deal. And sometimes for whatever reason, they might be short or I don't know, they went off and bought a freaking car or whatever it may be, and we need to give more credits and figure things out. When you're there at the end, you know, I'm not going to lose the deal because one, it's probably we're going to end up canceling anyway. So we might as well make this homeowner happy and not make them feel that stress that we're feeling. And it might be one deal but that I might not make money on and I might have credited money. But you know what? The impact that I left on that client, us as a team, we left on that client, it stays. And that
priceless.
Oh yeah. And that is where we continue to stay busy and relevant because that's when we really are showing our worth and our value. And that client all of a sudden is telling la comadre, el compadre, la prima, and that's that. I've helped. I think this year I've closed the family Mazariego, last name, and I think I closed maybe like 7 de la familia, and they continue to refer me people.
Of course, because they trust you and they can.
And that's like the un cliente that I make feel good. It's just we're all walking advertisement.
You know how many times I deal with agents on the opposite end where they won't budge and they don't want to help, and I'm like, are you serious? You're gonna let this deal not close because you don't want to credit $500.
I see it all the time.
Or $1,000.
I see it all the time. Yeah.
And I mean, nobody wants to do that. I understand money. You know, we work hard for our money, but sometimes things happen and we have to do what's best for the client.
Yeah, I agree. No. I see it all the time that they rather, I'm not going to credit it. Or when I'm trying to negotiate on our end, me as a listing agent, I am all about like, hey, we're here. Let's close it. Let's just,
Let's get it done.
But because I've been there, when I'm on the other side, tengo agents where when we're trying to negotiate among seller and buyers, pero tienen miedo. They're like scared to go and ask the seller. Let's both pitch in so we can figure it out let's just close it.
Yeah. I mean, lenders too, sometimes more often than not, we have to do things like that to make things work. You know, we're already highly regulated, as we know. We went through it.
Yes. And so, you went through a big change.
Really bad. And so we don't have as much to play with like realtors do. And so, you know, the last thing I want to do is ask my realtor partner to chip in. But what I do normally in situations like that, I'm like, okay, here's the issue. Let's talk as a team. How can we solve this problem? It's not just you do this, you do that. Let's figure it out together as a team.
Of course, you know, and we have to do what we have to do to help these buyers. And then buyers, compradores, okay, esto es para ustedes. I know that my buyers are going to be like, ay, Liz, habla Spanglish, you know. But for the buyers out there, mis compradores, estamos aquí de veras to help you. And if that means, let us do our job, you know. And sometimes that means también para ayudarnos a todos. It's help your agent too, because we don't work for free. A lot of these these buyers out there like, how much do you charge? Usted cobra. And that's another thing I think that we forget. A lot of agents out there, you know your worth, man. A lot of agents out there would say to buyers, because I've heard it, oh, no, usted no me paga. Yo no me tiene que pagar. Es gratis. It's not gratis. No. It's not free. We do not work for free. Mm-hmm. Somebody's paying us. And what we bring to the table is super valuable because people también dicen, what do they say? Oh, we really don't need agents. You don't? I just saw a post the other day. I think yesterday. Te la voy a mandar. So how now they're making fun of all this, of course, how these buyers are interviewing agents, as they should. We should have buyers consultations all the time, which I do. But now buyers supposedly are going around saying like, hey, how much are you going to charge me? I have an agent, they'll do it for $1,000.
Oh gosh.
And then this agent comes and says, I'll do it for 500. He goes, oh cool, I'll take you. So they get in the car, they go on a showing, and then the buyer goes, well, aren't we driving together? He goes, no, I'm driving in your car. It's $500. And then they get to the part. He goes, here's my phone. Look on the MLS. Look for the property.
Right?
He goes, wait, isn't that your job?
Nope.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
You want to cut our value. You
Right.
want to cut what we're worth. You're gonna get a shitty ass.
You get
job.
what you pay for.
You get what you pay for. And some of us, well, we do work more than
Well, I mean,
others.
we're professionals. We've dedicated our lives to this. We've been doing this for many, many years. We're experts. We know how to negotiate. We know how to protect you with contracts and, rate locks and underwriting. There's a lot that goes into a transaction that people don't see, right? They don't see the behind the scenes stuff that we do. I don't get paid either unless the deal closes.
Exactly. Yes.
So, we have to definitely talk about know your worth. We're invaluable. It's just sometimes now when things like this happen, sellers think they have this weird,
one up.
Yeah, this one up. Like you said, well, now we have to negotiate. That's fine. We can negotiate, but here's what I do for you. Let me tell you what I do for you and what I'm going to do for your listing, for your buyer. This is what you can expect working with me. And they're going to want to work with you.
Yeah. And expect a buyer that's going to close.
Right.
Because they haven't, and again, I'm going to go back to what happened to me this last week and stuff. So, and this is going to happen a lot, and it happens regardless, especially if these young agents or even the old ones are suffering business and stuff. So a buyer of mine, we've been showing a property, and we went to an open house because they do that, okay? And told the agent who was at the open house, hey, I have an agent, I'm already approved, which he is, stuff, we have documentation ready to go. Well, this agent told him, don't you want a second opinion? I'm all for it. Hey, you know what? Get a second opinion. I tell my clients, si quieren agarrar una segunda opinión, agarre una segunda opinión.
Yeah.
No one, you're not going to get list.
Right.
But go ahead and get your second opinion on lending, on interest, whatever you want.
Whatever
okay?
you need, yeah.
So my client did. My client went ahead and I kept the deal, okay? But anyways, my client did, and but only gave him and the agent and the lender his social security number. So they did like a little basic prequal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The social security, I guess, le dio what income they made, blah blah blah. Well, what my client forgot to tell us was that the time that the offers were due, okay, we both submitted an offer. I have an exclusive. I make all my clients, once we submit the first offer, I'm going to start doing a showing, but once we submit the first offer, an exclusive buyer's agent goes in there. But regardless, how would I know? Both offers went in. His offer, my client went ahead, and the guy, I guess, sent him the contract. He signed it. And my client, he called us. I wouldn't know that. My client called us. He goes, Liz, ¿sabes qué? I want to put an offer on this house. He signed it. We submitted both. Well, I have the agent on the other side wanted to cross-qualify the buyer, okay? So I went ahead, and that was on the MLS and stuff. So I went ahead and submitted all the cross-qualifying paperwork, whatever, and stuff. Well, this desperate agent didn't have documentation. So he couldn't cross-qualify.
Yeah.
So that's to show you what a waste of freaking time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, that's cuando saltaron la sopa. My client called me, goes, Liz, I'm so sorry. And I was like, listen, I'm not going to fight it for a deal. And that's one thing that you guys, I will not fight for a deal. I don't need to. And si se me cierra esta puerta, se me van a abrir más. I'm way too busy for that and stuff. And I told them, go ahead and work with whoever you at the end feel good. Who makes you feel good and who you know is going to give you that representation.
Right.
The fact that this kid is texting you and telling you that you could only get this deal only if he submits the offer and stuff, that already, sit back and you got to really pay attention what words these agents and what they're doing to try to get the business.
Yeah, that's terrible.
And that does happen. That does happen, you know.
But
so
karma, I want to act like that. That's what's gonna happen.
That's gonna happen.
Oh, every time, you guys. Every time you you act unethically, I'm telling you, it's going to come back and bite you in the butt.
Yeah.
In some way, shape, or form. You might think you're winning at the moment,
but you don't. And it'll what you're gonna end up like looking back, because now I think this kid's very shady. I could easily report him. That's so unethical on all levels.
And now the reputation is there, and if you ever see, like, that's not how we should act.
If I ever see him, I was gonna call him.
That's not how we should act.
If I ever see him, I think I would totally be like, oh, you're the kid who da.
Keyword kid. She keeps saying kid.
He is a kid. I mean, kid coming from me.
So lot to learn.
Yeah.
You know.
But I'm hoping with what's happening with all the changes, that's going to change, because now no one's just not going to pay you just to pay you. You don't even know where you might get zero and you're working hard. I bet you that listing, they weren't paying anything, he wouldn't be working as hard.
No.
You know, but that's just to show you how hungry, desperate someone is, you know. And he ended up staying with me, of course. I mean, I at the end of the day, I know what I bring. I do a lot. I think I do more than I need to be doing for my clients.
Yeah, you do a lot. You go above and beyond, for sure.
I do go above and beyond, which I need to stop. I think I really need to stay like, okay, this is what I'm doing, and I'm going to have like the lender do more so we can double our business.
Yeah, for sure.
And stuff.
Yeah.
That's my buyer consultation. That's why I know what's
period,
what's worth and not worth and stuff. But anyway, so that's kind of what's happening. It doesn't sound that bad, does it?
No.
I mean,
experience, value, knowledge will always win.
Yes.
You know, the change is going to come.
Yes.
It's always going to happen. We have to learn how to adapt, like you said, because at the end of the day, it's all about our clients and creating homeownership, right? So
Correct.
We're going to do what we need to do to make that happen.
Yeah.
Period.
And that's all that matters. So at the end of the day, all agents out there, listing, buyers, whatever, agents, we're here to help the consumer. We're here to help the buyer, the seller, so they could have the best experience. We're on that end too. We're buyers, we're sellers as well. And we want to have a nice experience. Yeah. It's a stressful already event. And we want to make sure that it's as smooth as possible. I always say, if the consumer knows and feels what's happening when it's financial, when it's money, we're not doing a good job. We're not.
No, and let's not attack each other too out in the field. Like, if you know that somebody's working with somebody, be respectful. I keep saying I'm a builder preferred lender, but I have so many examples. People walk in the door already with a lender, and I have to pre-qualify them again. And I am very respectful of the fact that they have a relationship with their loan officer, and I'm not ever going to say anything bad. Oh, you should do this. No, here's what we're required to do. I'm doing my job. Here's what I can do for you. You decide what you would like to do. What is best for you?
Yes.
Period.
Yes.
That's how you conduct yourself in real estate and mortgage, and you will always be okay.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's the consumers, it's the buyers.
It's not our job to help them decide.
Yes.
We have to give them the information and what we can provide, and arm them with the knowledge, especially nuestros Latinos.
Yes.
Arm them with the knowledge, and then they decide what's best for them. And hopefully it's us. Most of the time it is, because we do a good job. And then they're happy. Yeah. And then they don't even care about how much they paid, or they could have saved 0.25% here or whatever.
Exactly. It's however you made them feel.
Yeah.
And let's say, I mean, agents, de veras, lenders, agents, just anybody out there who's listening and it's in business, let's be loyal
Work
to
together,
each other.
yes.
Yeah, and be very respectful. Losing one deal or burning someone for one transaction,
it's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
It'll stay with you for the rest of your career. What takes one time?
Yeah, and then you're going to be working this way every time you're out in the field, or you're doing, in your mind, you think everybody works that way. So that's why you're on defense mode all the damn time.
And the true professionals do not.
Yeah, and then the consumer feels it and sees it. Yeah,
it turns them off, and we've had deals, people walk away because they're like, out of control. The agents are fighting. This is crazy. So we just need to respect each other and stay true to each other. Let's do it. Yeah.
So mis compradores, mis vendedores, understand who you work with.
Who you work with
matters. This guy's like in his camera, okay? Ya se le está cortando otra vez.
¿Se cortó?
Yeah. Understand, who you work with, who's on your side, who's fighting for you, right?
Yes.
And that even when you're sitting back and doing nothing, you know that your agent, your lender has your back, and it's going to always give you the
100%
best deal. Don't worry about the money.
Nope.
We'll get that later. Nah.
It will come. Money will come. Service first. Do your best. Yes. Money will come.
And all the social media out there right now, which is kind of tacky, the agents and the lenders out there that were posting all this kind of stuff. Because remember, our buyers and sellers follow us as well.
I know.
So we shouldn't be, I don't know. It's just
there's a lot of misinformation. Don't post something if you don't know what you're talking about. But that's the worst thing you can do. People, there's a lot of rumors. Just stay in your lane, do your job. It's going to work out.
It's a job, work. Do it with a lot of pride, and everything will always work out. It always works out. Yeah.
Yes.
But anyways, we're done, because I don't know. I'm a little scared que sigo viendo la cámara y no sé si lo va a grabar, no se está grabando. It was good. I was glad I did that. I wanted to do this.
Thank you for inviting me again.
Of course. I love having you. We have a good vibe.
No, I agree. I agree. Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, so aquí los dejamos, mi gente linda, my folks, my realtors, my agents, my entrepreneurs, people that we've met and will continue to meet. We're here to collaborate. We're here to help. I want to learn from you. I hope you learn from me. And let's just, let's make stuff happen and be happy. Be blessed. I mean, we're so blessed. La vida es súper, súper corta. We don't know. Tomorrow's not promised. So let's do the best to be the best version of ourselves.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
I mean, at the end of the day, that's what we need.
Yes.
Los quiero mucho. Remember, el show es para ustedes y ustedes en un poquito de todo. Liz Alarcón, la reina de las casas.